Before we go any further with you subscribing to this channel, I think there's something you should know about me. I like to hurt myself. It seems that I like things that just cause pain all the time. Maybe I should just come out and say it. I'm a Cleveland fan. Yes, that is right. Browns, Indians, and Cavs, those are my teams. Pittsburgh is evil, except the awesomeness that is the Pittsburgh Penguins. I love Sidney Crosby. But other than that, I'm Cleveland all the way. Have been all my life, and I always will be. But the Cleveland Browns right now are in the news for their taste in fashion. Yes, the Cleveland Browns a few hours ago announced brand new uniforms for the 2015-2016 season. The new uniforms follow the classic brown and white jersey combinations, but also reintroduce the orange jerseys, which I will note they are a lot better than the early 2000s alternative jerseys that were orange that the Browns wore that were awful. And also something that's really different, the Browns have put the word Cleveland on the front of the jersey. And I think this is really, really cool because it's really selling that pride in Cleveland aspect of the Browns. And I think especially Mike Pettin has been trying to sell this idea ever since he kind of adopted the slogan, "Play like a Brown" for all the players. The Browns also introduced a new tagline for these jerseys. The tagline is, "Respect the past, represent the future." I feel like that should be said in some sort of more epic voice. Respect the past, represent the future. I don't know. Just breaking that out. It's an idea. Browns, if you want to hire me, let me know. I can also do Kermit the Frog. Respect the past, represent the future. It's not easy being orange. Interestingly, though, the Browns uniforms leaked online before the event on April 14th. An Ohio retailer put these jerseys on the rack to sell the day before the jerseys were supposed to be announced. Talk about a whoopsies. Of course, a customer took a picture of this, put it up online, and before you knew it, the entire Browns nation was talking about it. I heard about it on the really big show. I think all of ESPN and Radio Cleveland talked about it that day. And this also erupted into arguments over whether or not it was real or if it was a hoax or whatever. Before the Browns announced their new logo, there was a site that had supposedly leaked logos that were going to be announced, and yet they were nothing like what was announced. I do admit that I like those leaked logos better than was actually released, but it wasn't real. But overall, I think this reveal worked really well for the Browns management. The franchise for the last 20 years has only been associated with losing. And Jimmy Haslam, if he wants to come in and change that, needs to change the attitude of everybody in the building first. And this is finally a step in the right direction for the Haslam era. And when I say finally, I mean this is the first right step for the Haslam era. Let's break down the Jimmy Haslam ownership era so far. Haslam comes in 2012 and overpays for the Browns by $300 million in July. Then he fires Chud Lombardi Banner the year after he hired them. He has no other choice but to hire the only guy that is willing to take the job, Mike Pettin. However, I will note that I really like Mike Pettin. I think the Browns really lucked out with that one. I really think Mike Pettin can become a Bill Cowher type coach, but I do believe he was the Browns' last resort. But then they turn around and draft Johnny Manziel, which I still believe Jimmy Haslam is the one that picked him. Then, to top it all off, this last offseason, they let Brian Hoyer, the first successful quarterback we've had since we came back into the league, walk away to the Texans. But I guess silver lining, Johnny Manziel's out of rehab. So I guess what I'm saying is Jimmy Haslam really needed this jersey thing to go over well. And it did. Now it's time for a little segment I like to call, Which Browns Jersey is Safe to Buy? I'm going to give you a simple answer. I'm going to stick with the big three. Hayden, Thomas, and Mack. Not only are all these guys locked in with long-term contracts, I believe these are the only three guys that, if they stay healthy and play well, they're going to play their entire careers as Browns. The other players that unveiled the uniforms at the event for the Browns were Dante Whitner, Carlos Dansby, Barkevious Mingo, Dwayne Bowe, Brian Hartline, Amani Bryant, Chris Kirksey, and Taylor Gabriel. And I like those guys, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel that any of them are safe from the turnover of the NFL, and especially the Browns. I mean, I'd love for them to prove me wrong, and I'd like to buy all their jerseys if they stay Browns long enough. Take, for instance, Barkevious Mingo. I don't think he's lived up to the hype of being the number 6 pick in the draft, but he's still a Brown, and the jersey's still available for sale, and you can buy it, but I would feel like I'm wasting $100. Me personally, I'll probably be picking up an Alex Mack jersey and a Joe Thomas jersey in this new design. And me and my dad actually wear the same size, so we'll be able to swap back and forth whenever we go to games. So, you know, if you wear the same size as your dad, show him some love. That is all I had for today. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do the Browns jerseys rock? Do they stink? Do you not care? Do you not like the Browns? Do you wish that your team would redo their jerseys or something like that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. And please subscribe, like, comment, do whatever, share it. Do everything. I'm like doing an orchestra thing with my hands right now. So just go on.